Frustrated drivers sound off over these new bike lanes in Ocean View. Some people think it will make things safer for riders, but others say drivers just aren't following the rules. The bike lanes run along Ocean View Avenue from Inlet Road to 19th Bay Street. So love them or hate them? Open up the 13 News Now app, tap the Vote Now tile and tell us. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton has more on the mixed reviews.
It slowed it down double.
Douglas Freely is talking about traffic on East Ocean View Avenue.
Way longer than it was. It used to be just a run down here and there. Now you better count on at least half an hour, just to get 2 miles down the road.
Many community members aren't happy about improvements the city made. From Inlet Road to 19th Bay Street, there are brand new bike lanes.
Slow the traffic down a lot.
Besides creating the bike lanes, the city put in a turning lane. In order to do that, crews got rid of 2 traffic lanes. It's been more than a little confusing.
I've seen people riding down the middle lane. I've seen people passing through the bicycle lane.
And while many say they hate it, bikers love it.
It's actually perfect for us. It's safer. The lines are well outlined so that people understand where they should be driving their vehicles and where us as bicycle riders, where we belong.
Vincent Martinez says it's an easier ride without having to worry about cars behind him.
The traffic pattern is fantastic. The second thing is the road is so much smoother, and Norfolk does a great job cleaning the roads.
He hopes eventually everyone gets used to the new traffic pattern.
Change is good, but it takes a little bit of time for everybody to learn what the change is and what's going to happen.
Martinez also says if you have to turn right and you have to go through the bike lane, make sure you look behind you to make sure no cyclists are headed your way. In Norfolk, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.